Hello guys, welcome back to another tutorial. Hit the bell icon button so that you don't miss out any tutorial.
Alright, so when we're debugging, a lot of times we want a quick way to find out the value of something, alright, because oftentimes we're getting errors because variables or arrays or whatever it may be, they have the wrong value or no value at all. Alright, so of course we all know echo. Okay, so let's say, let's create a variable here. We'll say foo equals bar. And we want to find out what foo is, so we just echo out foo. Okay, very easy. We all know that. Alright, now if it's an array, let's say foo equals an array, and we'll just put an array of numbers here. And if we do, first of all, if we say echo foo, it's going to tell us, it's going to give us a notice saying array to string conversion, and it's just going to print out array. So a handy function for that is print r. So if we say print r and we pass in foo, save that, that's going to spit out the array so we can see each and every value. Okay, I'm sure most of you know this, but it is still in fact a handy tool. Now sometimes you may be able to find the value of a variable, but you don't know what type it is. Alright, so for that you can actually dump the information about the variable using var dump. So we'll just pass in foo and save it. Whoops, what did I do? Unexpected end of file. Forgot my semicolon. So we generated an error. I meant to do that. Alright, so that gives us what it is. It gives us, prints out the array just like printr does, but it also gives us the type, and it also gives us the type of every value in the array. Okay, so that can be extremely helpful. So let's actually create an array of different types of data. So we'll say values, set that to an array. I'm just going to comment this out. So we'll put an integer, let's put a boolean, a string, what else, an array, and let's see, what am I missing? We can null, we can do an object. So if we create a quick class called foo, and we'll give it a private name and construct, which will take in, let's see, take in a name, and then we'll just say this name is equal to name. Okay, then we'll just instantiate an object. We'll say foo equals new foo, and we'll pass in Brad. Alright, and then we can just throw that in here. And then what we'll do is let's do a for each loop, and we'll loop through these values. Say values as val, and then we'll do a var dump of val. Okay, we'll comment that out. Save it, and let's reload. And unexpected name. Let's see, what did I do? Oh, I forgot the $sign. Okay, so you can see that it's printing out, or it's var dumping every value in that array. We have the integer, we have the boolean true, the string, which also gives you the length. Okay, gives you the length of the string. Array, that also gives us the length, how many values are in the array. Null, and then we have our object, which also gives us the name here, what that is, the access modifier, which is private, and then what we pass in, which is a string with 4 characters. Alright, so that can be kind of helpful to loop through an array, through the values, and then get a var dump of each one. So I'm just going to comment this stuff out. Okay, now if you are a JavaScript developer, like myself, I work with a lot of JavaScript, and I really like using the console, okay, the Chrome console. Now, if you want to use this with PHP, I mean, there's some cases where you can, and you can set up a function, and let's call it console_log, and let's pass in here the data we want to log, and then we can echo a script tag, and then in here we can use, or we can echo console.log, and in here we want to concatenate a function. We want to use the JSON encode function, JSON_encode, and we can pass in the data that we pass in. And then let's say we want the value of something. Let's say we have a variable called foo, and that's bar. And then all we have to do is say console_log foo. And we can use this just like we would in JavaScript. Let's go ahead and reload, and down here it gives us bar. Alright, if this was an array, and we go ahead and log it, it gives us the values of the array, just like as if we were working in JavaScript. So that's something that is very helpful to me, that I like to use, and it's something that's very simple. Alright, now the next thing that I want to show you is the debug backtrace function, which can be really helpful. And what it does is it generates a PHP backtrace. It'll display data from the code that led to the debug backtrace function, and it'll return an array of associative arrays that include multiple elements, and it includes things like the current function name, the line number, the file, class if there is one, things like that. So let me give you an example here. And this code isn't going to do much, but I just want it to generate a backtrace. So let's say function A, which takes in text, and then it's going to call a function called B, and we'll pass in Brad, or whatever you want to pass in. And let's do function B, which also takes in text, and then we'll call a function called C, we'll pass in John, then we'll have a function called C, takes in text, and then we're going to do a var dump, and we want to var dump the debug backtrace function. Okay, and then down here we're just going to call A, and we'll pass in Tom. Alright, so let's go ahead and run that. So if we go and reload, whoops, unexpected line 32, I put another PHP tag in there. Alright, let's go ahead and run it. So it's giving us information on each one of these functions. I know it's a little hard to read. You can see that this one it's giving us the file name, it's giving us the line number 37, so it's giving us where it's called. So this is for C. Right here you can see C. It gives us the arguments, it has one argument, and it's the string John, and then it goes on to give us B, and then function A. Alright, so it just lets us know the origin of certain elements, which can be really helpful. Alright, so hopefully that helps you guys out a little bit, and we're going to go ahead and stop here.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you like the video, do give us a thumbs up and share it. Also check out amazing discounts and offers on our premium courses in the description below.